think it's working. Wow. Fuck. I think it's up. Hopefully it is. Can't tell. Oh, I'm just gonna go with it. Fuck it. If it's not, it's not. I think it's working. I think my AVG was, for whatever reason, didn't like it. Okay. Oh, that fucking sucks. Okay, cool. So you guys are there. Sorry about that. Awesome. Cool. Thanks for waiting. Okay, where was I? I fucking forgot where I was. Alright, so we have a straight, we have a flush, we have a thing that checks pairs, and it lists the pairs. So then we just need to go down the list. So, thanks guys. So we just need to check, so in pairs we just need to check if there's a 4 of a kind, then we can just drop out, right? Because you don't need anything else. If you have a 3 of a kind, then if you have a 3 of a kind, you have to check for a pair, because then you could possibly have, yeah, this is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be, but it's fun because there's a lot of different things. Plus I'm like relearning Python again, but for whatever reason I decided to learn Python too. So yeah, so then after this right here, which just checks how many of the same card we have, we're gonna check for our Boolean values, 4 of a kind, 3 of a kind, and then we're just gonna return the string of like their hand basically. So if 4 of a kind, and we'll just leave a return right here, empty string, so we can finish it. If 3 of a kind, and I guess we need a pairs too, huh? Yeah. Yeah, we'll just call it 2 of a kind to keep in formation. 2 of a kind is equal to false. And I also hate, yeah. Let me just open up Pastebin really quick. Python submit. There, it's in chat. No problem. What are they doing? Oh yeah, so now if we'll just turn this to 2 of a kind is equal to true, and 2 of a kind, we'll say return not true. We're going to return a string. We'll define that later. So 3 of a kind and 2 of a kind. It's kind of redundant. Elif 3 of a kind. I'll just leave it like that. No problem. Because if we hit it, yeah, if we hit the return, it drops out of the if anyways, so it doesn't really matter. So I'll just leave it like this. Obviously it could be better, but I wasted too much time fixing this. So 3 of a kind, return, why does it keep doing that? Return, and then we'll just have the conditional for 2 of a kind. And then in this case, we're gonna have to probably for loop to build the string, because if they have more than one pair, yeah. Yeah, we'll just do that. We can fix it later. So this is we'll just return 4 of a kind, and then right here we're just gonna say print full house, three of a kind. I want it to be more specific. Pair of, and I want to have whatever the pairs are. We'll say list of pairs. Yeah, we'll just do that. So I'm probably gonna get an error because I just kind of ran through this, but whatever. Poker.py. So we have an 8, hearts, 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 so we might get a flush. So let's get rid of the second card. So let's say no. And my kid is awake, obviously. So I have nothing. I have a dead hand. That sucks, and I have a lot of people in here too. What's up, guys? I keep saying none. I don't know where that none is coming from, because I'm not printing anything. It's printing none, and I don't know where that's coming from. Like, because I didn't return anything? Yeah. Oh, shit. My kid's awake. This is what I was afraid of. I was really afraid of this. That's why I was running through this. Fuck. It's still early. Let's see if she goes back to sleep. Let's try it again. And always does this. Whenever you restart it or go back into the game, if you just do it again, it'll, I don't know why it does that. Okay, so we have a pair, so let's see what it does. We're gonna get rid of the third card. We're gonna say no, and you have a pair of 12. 12 is 12 is queen. That's the value, the numerical value. So that works, but I don't want 12. I want queens. So let's see. So if we say cards, it won't drop in though. What language did you write it in? There's that. She's just chilling. I'm gonna have to leave soon, guys, just letting you know. My kid's awake. This is how it usually is. I usually get like an hour in. But for whatever reason, I had like 20 minutes of like technical difficulties. List of pairs. Alright, we'll just pass in cards, which is our tuple with our card values. Cards, and then we'll say cards. The array location. Whatever list of pairs it is. No language specification, but I made the image generator viewer. See, nice. I want to get back into C so bad. I have to do Java for school right now. I don't like Java. So much typing for such little output. I really like C++. It's like one of my favorites. And then there's that guy that does it every night at 8. He that Handmade Hero guy. He's making this game like just in C. It's the craziest thing ever. And he just uses Emacs, and he knows all the keyboard commands. And he like flies through it. It's the craziest thing. It's cool. Like if you want to get like, it's insane. He's awesome. And he's like this super nerdy guy, and he wears like the like little, it's like an iPhone headset with a little mic right here, but it's not an iPhone one. It's obviously like an old janky one that he got from like the 99-cent store. And he's always got this like he's got this like water jug next to him, and he like takes a drink and he's like, milk hit, what? And then he puts it down and then he keeps going. It's the funniest thing. But he's really good at programming. So it's like really like good to watch. Like if you want to see some like high level shit, that's the guy I would watch. Like there's other people on Twitch making games and shit using like Blender and Unity and stuff, but like they're like nowhere near this guy. I'm just using Sublime Text right now since it's just Python. It's just a scripting language. I don't really need anything crazy. So it's basically just a text pad. You could use Notepad++. I really like Notepad++. But he's been using Sublime because I also program on my Mac. So where was I? Sorry, I start talking about random shit because I keep thinking my daughter's gonna wake up. We have a pair of aces, so I want a 3 of a kind. Look at that. It works. 7, 8, 9, Jack, Queen. I'm gonna get rid of the Queen. Maybe we'll get a straight. Prologue. Okay. I've never heard of that. I'll look into it though. None. I got nothing. So obviously nothing is there. So I'm gonna return a string. Maybe that's what it's doing. Return. You lose, maybe. And then we'll add betting to this probably tomorrow. Because I think that's what makes it more fun. We'll give you like a starting bank of like $1,000, and then we'll pull all the like the ratios from like an actual casino log. Like if you get a royal flush, it's like 500 to 1 or something like that. So that's what I want to do. We got a 4. Any more? Yes. 4. No. Pair. So this is what I wanted to check. So it has to be an integer. So this is adding, I guess they're not integers. I really thought it printed an integer. That looks like an integer to me. Okay. Maybe I did it wrong again. Let's see. Name is equal to parentheses, so that gives us a tuple, and then we're going to check name. So it doesn't look, let's see, name is equal to, and we're going to say 2, we'll just put 2 in it, name 0, so you can't do that. So how about this? No. No. Prolog is really difficult if you're used to imperative languages, things like C or Java. I mean, you can use it in imperative. Oh, okay. I'll look into it. Just to look at it. I've never heard of it, so it'd be interesting to look at. Yeah, all I'm trying to do is... I don't know why... I guess you can't do that. Okay. Fuck it. We have another one. Card values list, the deck, player's hand. Because I want this. And I made it a tuple because I am using it though. You should be able to do that. That doesn't make sense. Card list of pairs. 2 of a kind. Oh, because that's the whole list. Alright. Okay, so what we can do is we could just do a for loop. I wonder if it'll work if you could just do it on the same line. For x in for x. There's a way to do it. X as x. I think it's x as x. I need to learn Python more. More betters. You know more betters? It's like a comprehension list. A list. 4x. I think it's x as. X for x in. Okay, so that's what it is. And then x for x in list of pairs. I think that's all you need to do. Where is it? Of course, there's not a lot of libraries for it. Yeah, I want to look at it. Yeah, I'm curious. I've never heard of it. Okay, let's try this again. So invalid syntax. So maybe it needs to be like that. Okay, let's see if it works. We don't have any pairs, so fuck it. Let's go for it. Okay, so that's not gonna work. So we're gonna do it the old-fashioned way. Oh, maybe it's because of the comma. We have a pair of aces. Generator object. So it gave us the actual memory location. That's not what we want. We don't want the memory location. Okay. So we're gonna make a string, and we're gonna say, we're just gonna call it output. No, that might be a keyword. Call it pair output. Is equal to, I'm just gonna give it pair of, and then we're gonna say pair output is equal to pair output, because we want to concatenate it, plus, yeah. It's so funny because, like, while you're doing this, you're doing it like live, and people get to see your like thought process, but you're trying to talk about it at the same time, so you sound retarded. you're like, it's like two different like brain patterns, and then you like look over, and then people in the chat are like, fucking idiot, like just use a plus, and you're like, oh, I didn't even think about that. So I feel dumb sometimes. Yeah, this is pissing me off. I'm just gonna do I'm just gonna do a for loop. Just a basic one, the one I know how to do. For x in a list of pairs. Pair output is equal to, I'm doing the same thing. And Python doesn't have the plus equal operator, which I really hate because that saves a lot of typing. And it would save a lot of time. Like a lot of time. That's the concatenate thing, right? Plus. To cast it as a string. Jack, Queen, King, 4, 2, 6. Nothing. You lose. Thanks, asshole. 3. You lose. Pair of sixes. Perfect. Thought I have a pair of sixes though. Oh, because I don't have a return in here. Return pair output. No, I don't want to pay for you yet. Jacks. Okay, cool. Pair of 11. So same thing. We want string cards of x. Yeah. And pair of 9s. Cool. Pair of jacks. So we want x minus 2 to drop us down. To drop us down 2 slots, because I'm calling the cards tuple or list or whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's an array. So cards right here. So in x, since it was worth, it called this when it was actually this, since it starts at 2. So we just drop it down 2 slots, and it's going to give us the actual location of what we want. So 6, 5, 2, 6. Okay, we have a pair of 6s. No, pair of 6s. Cool. So that works. It's not pretty, but it works. So yeah. So in there, we're gonna have to check for if the value is higher than, greater than or equal to the jack value, because the game we're making is jacks or better. But we also have to have a condition that if there's more than one pair, it doesn't matter what the suit is, because a 2 pair is better than a pair of 2s, or a pair of jacks in that matter. So we kind of have our thing working. So all we need to do is have our condition for if it's a jack or better. Yeah, I agree. The reason I'm not using one is because I wanted to make it easy if somebody wanted to follow along. It takes 2 seconds to download Sublime and install it and then use it. Whereas if I'm using an IDE, PyCharm, yeah, like IDEs are cool, but like if you don't know them, you have to learn it. Whereas like if it's just a text file, you know a text file. Like you don't have to take the time to learn an IDE. Like I like Visual Studio. I use that. And I use Eclipse for Java when I have to. But like you still have to learn the IDE. And if you are new to programming, which like I would assume some of you guys are, I think it's easier to follow along on a text editor than an IDE. That's just my opinion. But that's why I'm doing it this way. The pro version of Visual Studio, yeah, through DreamSpark or whatever it's called, the One Hub or On the Hub. Yeah, there's new people, so I think the text editors are the best. Where was I? Pair output. So we still need the conditional in here. So if yeah, because if there's more than one, yeah, DreamSpark. Yeah. Funny story about that is if you download an operating system from them, you get it for 2 years, and that's it. So when I first got it, I was like, oh, I'm never going to use these operating system. So I'll just download them and start like messing with them on like my extra computer. Well, I just got a solid state drive, and I couldn't find my disk, and I didn't want to make an image of the system I had because it was too big. So I had to download like another copy. It was stupid. Clicking run is easier than just saving and going to the command line. I guess, sure. I mean, it's easier, but like, I don't know. To me, if you're programming, I think saving and going to a command line, I think it helps. I think you kind of learn, if you don't know your way around a system, I think it helps. Kind of forces you to know that. I like IDEs, don't get me wrong, but I mean, what happens if you don't have one? Then you don't know how to do shit. Well, I don't know. I guess I do. What was I doing? You guys caught me off guard. Forgot. Yeah, no, I want to learn Emacs. I started to a while ago, but I just stopped. But yeah, I mean, you can do this, but in Emacs it has all those keyboard commands to just jump up lines and shit really fast. It's pretty cool. What was I doing? I'm so tired. List of pairs if this is Python. If two of a kind. I don't think this is gonna work. I don't like this. I really don't like it. Is greater than or equal to, what was it, 11? I don't like it. It's not clear enough for me. It's really not clear enough for me. Then we want this. right? You gotta remember your indentations. So if two of a kind, okay. Yeah, this is the first one, because that would make it, if that we're just checking for one pair. I think you mean Vim, Kappa. This is Python. No, I know that. I just mean I've been like seeing people use Emacs, and I just like the way they jump around. Am I biased towards one? I don't know. I think I use the left one. I guess no one really does. I think it's a habit from video games. I don't know. Programmer etiquette. I love Python, especially Django, but then I meant Meteor. Yeah, and that's kind of where I wanted to take this, to go into like web stuff. But I don't know. So that should be that. So if it's greater than 11, and then we'll have another else if. Now I use the left one, I'm left-handed, so I use the right shift. Yeah, no, but I always see like people on the mechanical keyboard subreddit talking about who uses the left shift key. I'm like, I guess I'm the only one. I have no idea. So we need a count. Right? Because I don't want to count it. I want to do it for me. Number of pairs. Plus, I don't like this underscore thing, and I don't know why I started it. I usually like camel casing. No, that's what I'm talking about. I think that's where I got it from. Is equal to number of pairs plus 1. There, that makes more sense to me. So if number of pairs is equal to 2, pair of, and then just because I'm weird, I want to say pair output is equal to pair output plus, I want an S on it so it's plural, but that's just because I'm crazy. And then so L if, and then I'm surprised they don't. You would think they would have a left-handed option. Pair of, and then since we're gonna have 2, no, that doesn't work in Python. Plus equals does not work in Python. Convenient when, oh, I didn't even think about that. So so your mouse is on the left. Oh, that's like driving on the right side of the car. Oh, how awkward. I guess I could just put it up here like I did there. Oh, yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe Python 3 allows it. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. It doesn't work in 2. I know that for sure. No, it doesn't. I've tried it. I wasted like a day because I was so pissed like doing that. Pop out of... I don't know why it does that. So we don't have shit. Yeah, it doesn't work. It doesn't work in Python. Well, not 2 anyways. You lose. Maybe I'll switch to 3. I don't know. I don't see the point right now. So we should lose, because we only have a pair of 4s. So, type error has no attribute. 129. 2 of a kind. So, why doesn't it? What? Is that not an operator in Python? I'm starting to like Python less and less. Yeah, I might switch this to C. Just because I understand that this is driving me nuts, all this random fucking... I know. There's no babysitter in C. That's when the compiler comes in. That's when Visual Studio is awesome. Those little red squiggly lines save your life. String cards. It doesn't make sense. Alright. My kid's seriously awake now. I gotta go. I'll post this code again. I'm gonna leave a thing right here because this is where we're at. So I'm gonna have to go. Thanks, guys. There was a lot of you in here today. I really appreciate it. That was fun. Follow me on Twitter. It's in the chat, or it's somewhere. It's on that list of things. That's like the best way to get a hold of me when I'm not on here. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. But my kid's awake, so I gotta go get her. I might be on later. Yeah, I know. I usually search it, go back, broke back. I don't know what that means. But I gotta go. I had a lot of fun. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. I'll be on tomorrow at 11 approximately. But I want to try to stream later. I want to try to stream at night because I can get like a longer session in. without any interruptions, like 3-4 hours. So maybe I'll do that. I don't know though. But later guys. Thank you.